Good morning, everyone. It's April 19th, 2025. It's Saturday. I want to show you something before we get started. Just a little bit. Because this is a protest day. And let's remember how this nation was founded. This is a reenactment of the Battle of Lexington and Concord. I just want you to see what our early colonists were facing, just to give you some courage and inspiration. They reenacted this yesterday, the anniversary of the shot heard around the world.
Shot that we just saw there of the Redcoats coming down Mass Ave, coming down through Lexington. Of course, keep in mind, they are on their way to Concord. Their whole goal is to march through Lexington. They're not concerned with Lexington. Their goal is just to get through the town of Lexington, make it to Concord, to where the munitions are stored. Little do they know that this
the British were coming at them,
which will ultimately just be a small hurdle for them, but will be iconic.
The amount of wealth.
As you mentioned, they're in red, they're tall.
The amount of military
it's intimidating.
It is.
munitions and expertise.
Down the road there, to what they were about to meet.
Yes, well.
Against the early colonists.
I mean, look at comparatively, when we show the Redcoats and then we flash to the militia, they looked so unorganized yet, but they weren't. They were very organized.
Firelocks! Now they're getting ready. They're shouldering their firelocks.
The contrast is striking. I just really wanted you to see that. If you want to look it up, I will post it on my posting page. And it's NBC 10 Boston, if you want to just find it on YouTube on your own. So, today is a huge protest day. 50-51. I've changed my plans for the day. I usually work in Salem. I'm not going to do that today. I'm either going to a protest in Salem or in Boston. I haven't decided yet. The city would be a little bit more challenging to get into, especially if I want to bring my guitar and PA. So I'm still working that out in my head. In the meantime, let's read from Ernest Holmes. Happy Easter weekend. If you get an opportunity, watch Holy Thursday, Good Friday. Tonight we have Holy Saturday. This is not a Christian channel. We follow the Christian story for the divine wisdom contained therein. As is the same goes for reading from Ernest Holmes, who pulls lines from the Holy Scriptures just because the divine wisdom applies. So let's see what Ernest Holmes has for us today. Many waters cannot quench love, neither can the floods drown it. Ooh, let's really get into the love today. Many waters cannot quench love, neither can the floods drown it. Song of Solomon. We must have a firm conviction that all people live in God, and we must have a deep realization that we are all one in this universal spirit that is God. There is a place where we begin and leave off physically, but there is no place where we begin and leave off mentally or spiritually. Our minds merge with the minds of others, and as they meet, some silent force within us attracts or repels automatically in accord with our accepted thought patterns. This is important, this next part, like it was written for today. If we do not merge with others in cooperation, in unity, and in happiness, we may be certain that there is something in us that feels it has been rebuffed or rejected. If we don't merge with others, we can be sure there's something within us that feels rejected. Here is where an adjustment has to be made. If you want sunshine, step out into the sunshine. If you have locked yourself away in a dark closet, why not come out into the light? If you have been feeling that everything is against you and no one really cares for you, know that God is in everyone and meet the God in others. See what happens. If you think that all the fears and failures and hurts you have been carrying around for years are something over which you have no control, come to realize that you were born out of life. The thing that entered into you when you were born was God, the living spirit. You are one with everything because you are one with God. Recognizing this truth, you can go forth to meet joy and love. It's almost like Ernest is saying, go to the protest rallies. Meet your peeps. Prayer of protection. Let's say this, and then we'll have a moment of quiet where we send healing and protective light to the protest rallies. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And so it is. All right, let's listen to Kathy Beale's astrology forecast, which is very favorable conditions today. I haven't listened to it yet, but the favorable conditions astrologically. Oh, hang on. Wall Street Journal calling for impeachment. She just sent me this. SCOTUS issuing a 1 a.m. ruling pausing deportation flights. Excellent. Thank you, Kathy. Now let's hear her astrology report. That's really a big deal for today. Be inspired.
This is Kathy Beale of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro Insight for April 19th, 2025. The sun moves into Taurus today, and you might think that would mean a comfy, cozy day of making like Ferdinand the Bull, who remembers him. But oh no, everyone has their spiritual marching orders, and we're all moving on them today. Acting on them, pushing the earth plane, pushing our resources, pushing material reality into something that more closely resembles our spiritual ideals. That's all for now.
Democracy was founded on spiritual principles. We have a spiritual democracy to save. That the evil has, reared its ugly head against because it's too beautiful. Remember, notice she said marching orders, and I just showed you the reenactment of the colonists and the British marching towards each other. We need that level of courage. I mean, not even that level of courage, and we make an impact. Let's pull some cards for today. Please be hopeful. I know there's a lot of people out there lamenting, we're losing this, we're losing that. Yeah. But we can look at this time as a huge test of our willingness to be in a participatory form of government. Do we want to participate? Or do we want to just let all the oligarchs and the fascists take over, right? It's that basic and that simple. And I mentioned not going to my regular gig that I have today. And part of that was I need to send the message even to those people that are there, that own the place. Very nice people. That this comes first. So if you need to give a reason why you're not showing up somewhere, wherever it may be, if you need to give the reason that you're going to a protest, I really want you to know that can send the message to the people that you say, I'm sorry I can't make it. Not anything really, really, really wicked important, obviously, but if you just opt to go to a protest rally, and you tell people, can't do that, I have to go to the protest rally, that plants a seed in them. Oh, protest rally, should I maybe be there too? Just want to mention that for whoever needs to hear it. Also, the candle behind me says Aries, and the moon goes into Taurus tonight, so I'm using up the rest of it. And The moon goes into Taurus, looks like this afternoon. Let me see if I can get the exact time. This afternoon, 3:56 p.m. We have a few more hours of the moon being in Aries. I mean, the sun being in Aries. So, yeah. And the moon is in Taurus today, which is... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I just screwed that up. The moon is in Capricorn. Good day to get the work done. And the sun in Taurus, going into Taurus. It's still early. I'm going to pull some cards. Yes, that's what I was about to do. I've really enjoyed following the Easter season, the journey of the 4 most important days of Holy Week, because there's a very strong spiritual mysticism message. Very, very mystical time, but very potent time energetically. Ride the wave of that. Don't ignore this time, even if you're not adhering to any religion. Don't ignore the energy of this time. There are people around the world, over 1 billion people, maybe more than 2 billion. I don't know, but it's a lot, that are taking time for contemplation and reflection. And a lot of people around the world, I know that maybe you don't think that this is true, but a lot of people around the world are praying fervently for the United States of America, for our democracy and our freedom to be restored. And there's nothing small about that. And not to ruin your day, but I just noticed that J.D. Vance, a video that said J.D. Vance was at the Vatican for the Good Friday service. The hypocrisy is breathtaking. We need to kick these hypocrites out. Like, the story of Jesus in the temple. Get out of here. You're not of love. Satan is called the father of lies. Okay, this isn't a religious channel. 3 cards to guide us through the day. Get out of the laziness. It's time for rebirth. This card's been coming up lately, and it tells me that some people are still on the fence. No, this is life or death. We're standing for continuing to live. They've taken all our safeguards away. We're rallying for safety. And so, on every front. Safety and agency over what happens to us. And the rebirth card is coming up. And how appropriate is that? Or tomorrow is Easter. Coming out of the laziness into consciousness. If you're meditating, that's okay. Come into a higher consciousness for a rebirth. That's where we're at. Be happy. Be grateful that we live in a country where people are coming out by the millions. And have a fun day. Let's have a moment of silence where we visualize sending peace to all the rallies. Close your eyes. And imagine all the love as a protective energy around all the rallies. And any nefarious players have no power. They're just bowled over by the love. All right. And so it is. Namaste. See you soon. Join us tonight for the Holy Saturday service. It'll be a peaceful one. All right. Bye. Thumbs up.